Hey Fit Lifer, Drew Canoli. I'm with the one and only David Shear. We call him Jensen in here because there's two Davids.
It's true.
Jensen's his middle name. What a cool middle name, right? Jensen is a badass name. Give this video a big thumbs up. We're excited to be talking about one of our favorite topics today, and that's mindset. And what better way to talk about mindset than to bring somebody to this video that we really love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? A great leader, somebody who possesses these ways of being that aren't far from you, that aren't discordant, not in this ethereal, tangible world that you could never possess on your own. We want to take today Elon Musk. You like Elon Musk?
I love Elon Musk.
I like Elon Musk.
Brilliant.
You really love him?
I think he's brilliant. He's a great visionary.
Yeah.
Leader of our time. He's like the Tony Stark of real life.
He really is the Tony Stark of real life.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna focus on the two principles that make Elon Musk who he is today. And we're gonna show you actually how you can be that, to have those same mindset principles in your own life. Let's get into it. We ready?
We are ready. Let's do this. Drew's gotta go do a save the world mandate for a few minutes, so he'll actually literally be back. So yes, absolutely. Just like Drew and I were talking about just a second ago, when we think of a guy like Elon Musk, we would think, wow, this guy is so incredibly brilliant. But here's the thing, what we have actually begun to find is it's not just simply based on talent. It's actually based on principle and mindset. And here's the thing, if you and I apply these things, we can do things like Elon Musk and maybe even greater. So let's break that down. Elon Musk has two basic principles that he will apply when solving a problem. And first one is he applies principle rather than gets his emotions involved over the outcome. This is applied in a couple ways, and we'll get to that in a second. And the second thing is he's constantly testing new conclusions. And we're gonna watch a quick little interview that Elon Musk was in, and we're gonna break those things down and how he applies those principles and mindsets into his life. Now pay attention to what Elon Musk says when he answers this question right here.
But I'm curious if that thought occurred to you that, oh yeah, the profits will come, or
well, we have to generate positive cash flow, or we have to generate enough cash flow to fund future developments, which requires having a good gross margin. And so I guess one could just say, okay, well, we're going to stop developing new products, and then you would be really profitable. So at any given point, you could sort of say, well, we could be profitable, at this point. But we've got these great things that we want to develop for the future, and they're a good investment, and that's what we're doing.
Okay, so now right there, you hear that? See, Elon Musk had the opportunity to use the technology that his company was making and make a much larger profit than what he and his company is currently doing. But what he has decided to do is apply his first principle. Hence what he is doing, he is delaying the gratification of getting more profit for himself and his company for the purpose of using his technology and his resources to create a better tomorrow and a better future for society. When you and I do this, what immediately happens is we automatically put ourselves in a position where we're able to think bigger and think greater. Let's continue watching this video and see how he breaks these principles down even further.
lead this charge, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, with SpaceX, originally I started off just thinking, well, how do I increase NASA's budget? Actually, that was my goal.
So guys like Elon Musk, he's like the leader of the industry. Like he obviously founder of Tesla, SpaceX, all these things. But this is how Musk becomes the leader of future opportunities.
So it was like 2001 with just talking to a friend of mine, and he asked me what I was going to do after PayPal, and I thought, well, I was wondering, like, I'd like to get involved in space, but I just didn't think there was anything I could do as an individual.
His goals started obviously out as smaller, but when he realizes that there is no current opportunity that matches his current desire, we cut right here and watch this.
A team to Mars, because that was always going to be the thing to do after the moon. I figured that there'd be some plan, and I'd just go to the website and I could read the schedule. And
Then Mars occurs.
oh yeah, it's like, okay, 2017, good, okay. But actually there wasn't anything on the website. And
See, right here, Musk is talking from a viewpoint of desire. But obviously there's a gap between his desire to go to space and what he is personally capable of doing. Now, most people get frustrated and discouraged about this right off the bat because they're thinking, oh man, there's no one out there doing this. What chance do I have? I don't know anything about, in this example, space travel. Watch and see what he does next.
So then that got totally shelved, and it was like you were not allowed to talk about any kind of crewed mission to Mars at NASA. Anyway, but I thought, well, if I can do something that would galvanize public interest, and then that public interest would translate to additional appropriations for NASA and increase their budget, then maybe they could do it.
Okay, so right here, check this out. He states what is missing, the missing link, and then moves into a solution. And he does this by asking a question no one else has asked. And this is coming back to the principle of testing conclusions. Musk is constantly doing this to see if he can get the desired result that he is looking for.
So that's when I said, okay, well, is there some way to affect the cost of space transport? I got together with a group of people over a series of Saturdays just to try to understand, is there something fundamentally super expensive about rockets, or can the cost be substantially improved? We had a bunch of those kind of brainstorming sessions, and I couldn't see any fundamental obstacle to improving the cost of rockets. So that's when I started SpaceX.
Awesome information.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting that together.
Yeah, and so in short,
Yeah.
I mean, really the two principles that make up Elon Musk's success is, first one is delayed gratification. I mean, he basically had the opportunity to make a huge amount of profit in Tesla, but instead he's actually using that technology for the betterment of mankind. And in doing this, it puts his mindset in a place where he can ask bigger questions, and that's the second thing.
Got it.
Is asking bigger questions that no one else is asking.
I can apply that to my life vividly. 5.5 years ago, I started FitLife. The normal thing to do at that age for me would be to go out with my friends on the weekend, hang out, just entertain myself, right? At the bar, whatever it is. And instead, I literally was reading, I was writing, I was advancing myself, my mentality, every single day. And I did this for a period of about 2.5, 3 years, nonstop. I was reading 2 to 3 books a week, and I still do that. And it absolutely changed my life. Likened to you, those big questions of, well, going back 5.5 years ago, if I really transform my body and I lose 40 pounds and I start posting videos online and I impact people, how would that change the world? So now I get to springboard out of bed and make a difference in other people's lives because of the ability to ask bigger questions.
Huge. And just to touch on that real quick, because I get to see this guy behind the camera and in front of the camera, and trust me, he is always challenging me personally and the rest of the team to think bigger, because that's what this is all about.
Yeah.
You know, if we can elevate the consciousness of humanity through these videos, then I mean
That's our goal.
Yeah.
That's why we're here. Then we're going to do more of these videos where we take these leaders, these people out in the world that have radically powerful mindsets, and make more videos like this for our Mindset Monday. Anyway, I'm Drew Canoli.
I'm Jensen.
Remember,
We're in this together.
We'll see you soon. All right, everybody wants to be a billionaire, but nobody wants to be an emotional billionaire first. I believe when we tap into our emotions, that is the frequency, the thought, the feeling behind creating a